Good morning, or I guess it's just the beginning of afternoon. Hello, I'm Dr. Shiroko Sokitch, owner of Heart to Heart Medical Center, and the author of the book, Healing When It Seems Impossible: 7 Keys to Defy the Odds. And today I'm going to talk about longevity and, in particular, a supplement called NAD. Because it's very popular right now and it is being offered in, like, when you go to one of those IV places or uh, yeah, it's commonly offered in one of those places. And so I want to address it as, what does it do? Why is it considered important? And what can you do for yourself? So let's head into it. So NAD is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, and it is essential for our lives. If we didn't have any, we wouldn't be able to live. And it is naturally declines as we get older, just like all the other good things, like our hormones and our DNA strength and our mitochondria. All of those things tend to decline as we get older, and people are trying to figure out ways to stay young and healthy throughout their lives, and NAD is one of those things that probably makes a difference. So our mitochondria is where we get energy in our bodies, and our mitochondria produce ATP. And NAD is important for helping produce ATP, and it also helps the energy be moved throughout our bodies. So it has many different names, but basically, when our bodies produce energy, they need NAD to make that happen. So, in order for your mitochondria to generate energy, that's what you need. So, people have figured out different ways to help support the NAD production. And there is some research that shows that different elements that are helpful. So there are supplements that will help raise your NAD levels naturally, and there are things that don't necessarily work. So, for example, IV NAD, in the research that has been done, does not seem to raise your NAD levels for any significant length of time. However, if you take an oral supplement called NMN, which is nicotine mono, let's see, NMN. Anyway, it helps raise your NAD levels. NAD is also important. So I don't know if you've heard of telomeres. Telomeres are like, so our DNA has all the codes that we need for generating what our cells need and the information that our body needs to continue to evolve. And as at the ends of all of our DNA strands are these things called telomeres, which are sort of extra information that's sort of at the end of each strand. This is also something that declines as we get older, and so as it declines, it generates more aging. And NAD actually helps preserve the telomeres. So there's lots of different things that NAD does to help us not age as quickly. However, so my whole point of this whole thing is to say that the IV NAD probably does not help you have more NAD. However, if you take oral supplements that are high quality, good supplements, there's something called NMN that will help raise your NAD levels. So that's one element. So it helps your mitochondria be healthy and produce the ATP that you need. It helps lengthen your telomeres. And there's one other thing that is important. There's something called sirtuins. And sirtuins are also a component of our DNA that helps protect and repair damaged DNA. Sirtuins are a family of 7 proteins that keep your cells healthy and help repair damaged DNA. And they can't do that if there is not enough NAD. So, NAD, again, is important to keep your body fueled and to help things function. But how you take it is important. And so, what the quality of the supplements is that you take for NAD replacement is also important. Okay, so if you have any questions about NAD or what supplements, I'm going to give you a link to show you some quality supplements for NAD. And yeah, so if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me on my email. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you soon.